Welcome everyone to the Whovians cast, episode 966B. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with the Time Lapse. What's up?
Hello again.
All right, so now I can hear you clearly. That's good. All right, so we're gonna try to. I'm basically gonna try to. Basically, we'll just start over. Okay.
All right.
Want your reaction to Doctor Who Series 10's first episode, the pilot. So, first of all, explain, what you like about the episode. Say Bill. We'll go by character-wise first.
Okay. Bill is very real. She says what's on her mind. She doesn't try to hide it. And she asks all the right questions, whether the doctor likes them or not. And she seems to be like the perfect, not match for the doctor, but just like someone who can test him at all times. Because especially when he tried to erase her memory.
Yes.
She acted like a real person. It wasn't like fake or anything. And she was like, fine, just like one day, trying to like, I don't know. I just really.
Nerd. So she's like,
yeah,
I know like, you're gonna mind wipe me, so no way. Yeah.
It's like, do you know sci-fi? That look from Capaldi.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's just like the realest character we've had so far in the modern version of Doctor Who, and I am looking forward to the rest of the season with her.
Me too. I do like the way when she speaks, like, is it made out of wood? I was like, wow. Even Capaldi got like a smile. Like maybe that was like the first take that they did on the first take, like, and it's like, and then she's like, it has windows, and then she's like, you ran out of money, like you were saying before. That's what she said. So yeah, I do feel that she is a bright. I mean, her companion's like glowing. As a companion, she's glowing. She's likable. She doesn't have. They could all be different. She's smart as like a sci-fi nerd smart. That she's from what she's watched on television, and she's also down to earth.
Yeah.
So, she falls in love with Heather at first glance, like love at first sight. And it's like they just show the way they show it. It's like they're the only ones in the universe. Like they're focused around each other. Everything else in the background is just fades out. What did you think of Nardole?
I just like Matt Smith. I'm not Matt Smith. Oh no!
Well, everybody loves Matt Smith. Matt Lucas.
I love Matt Smith. I meant Matt Lucas.
Right.
Sorry, Matt Lucas. No, I love him because I first saw him in Little Britain.
Yeah.
And after that, pretty much anything he's popped up in, I absolutely loved him. So I'm looking forward to seeing him as Nardole for the rest of the season.
Yes.
And while in the first episode, I feel like he didn't reach his full potential, I'm looking forward to what he can do. Although in the promo trailer for Smile, so I'm hoping he's there.
Yeah. And we heard that either they added him in or like originally it wasn't going to be on the episodes, but now he is in every single episode. So I don't know how that's going to work. Maybe he's in the TARDIS doing something or whatever, or maybe he's on Earth doing something with the Vault staying behind.
Maybe.
Could be that. What did you, like? We were talking about the last cast, which I do have up right now, which I haven't been able to watch it because I don't know what was captured voice wise or not. So if we are repeating ourselves, I do apologize. I just want to make sure that we get an accurate audio of what we were talking about. So, I was saying that, is it possible that he created the body for Nardole so that way he would never have a companion again, that Nardole will be the ultimate companion. He don't need anybody else. Because if Nardole breaks down, he could always get him a new body or something, just out the head. Then he made a promise to himself because of the Clara thing, because of the river thing, that he would never have a companion again. Now, is that like an act? Is that possible? That he's still mourning, hurting? It looked like it in the episode.
Oh, yeah, because when Bill brought up, imagine if someone did this to you, he's like, because I completely forgot about that, to be honest, because when all of a sudden you hear a little bit of Clara's theme, I'm like, oh, that's right, he doesn't remember Clara.
Or does he?
Or does, well,
he knows that. He knows that his mind was erased.
Yeah, but he can't remember her face, even because who she was. But he knows that he traveled with her and they had these adventures. But he can't physically remember her.
Why can't he just go to the TARDIS and get all the information from there? TARDIS films everything and does everything. So why couldn't he just get it from the TARDIS?
Plot holes.
Yeah, I know. And also the thing was set to human. So, if he is part human, that would mean in theory that he would probably get his memory back at some point because he's not fully human. Although maybe he's not human at all, but then it's like a weird side effect because it shouldn't affect him if it's such a human. So that's kind of weird. Unless Clara's not human. No, so I was like, don't know. Maybe her mom was a Time Lord. What? No. So, yeah. So that's the thing. It's just that's another plot hole. Hopefully, will get resolved. Probably not. All right. So, anyways, back to the pilot. What did you think? We talked about Bill Capaldi. Now he seems like he's enjoying being a lecturer, a teacher, a professor. Is that by choice, really? Or is it just because of the mission? Or maybe he's just settled in so much that what do you think?
Well, the Doctor always seems to acclimate to his surroundings to a certain point. Like if he's, again, third Doctor, exiled to Earth, got comfortable in his position.
Right.
Pretty much just wanted a car to stay, and then he stayed. But, yeah, the Doctor acclimates pretty well, so either the mission forced him there, and then he was like, okay, fine, I'm going to be a teacher. Because he also seems to enjoy his lectures. As Bill pointed out, it was supposed to be like a quantum physics lesson, but ended up being poetry. Right. So I think he just likes the point he could talk about whatever he wants, and he has a captive audience.
And I noticed in the speech, as I said on the cast, he seems to be bringing up, well, you could find episodes in the speech. Like he's talking about a painting and time and... Okay, hold on. My phone is ringing. He's talking about probably the 50th, with the Gallifrey behind the painting and stuff like that. But not exactly say that, but he's talking about time in general. So I'm wondering, that's Moffat's way of giving hints at different things while he's giving a lecture about time. Do you feel that the moment this whole thing with the vault is over, that he's still going to stay on Earth in this position? Are they going to do it like this where he just stays with the school? Or is it just, all right, that's done, now I'm going to go traveling everywhere and I'm not going to be tied to Earth like that? Totally.
Well, probably.
So he's just going to go away. That's it. Done.
Probably.
Like Trenzalore. I was there for 1,000 years. I'm off now, man. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. What do you think the story is going to be with Missy and John Simm's master? Do you think they're going to get along? Because we heard that they're going to appear with each other.
God, I have no idea.
I know. That's for the future we'll talk about.
Oh, that was John Sim.
We did a little jump.
Yeah, all I know is that John Sim is now sporting the classic master goatee, which is a bit nice. But other than that, how they're going to react, I have no idea. I think because John Sim was her.
I'm going to let you talk for 2 minutes. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But John Sim won't know that Missy is him. So I don't know how in another master. I just wish they had a bit more of a classic flair. But Anthony Ainley... But if they were ever going to bring back a classic master, I think they should bring back the actor who played the Sheriff of Nottingham episode from season 8, Robots of Sherwood, because he definitely looked like a classic master. Just trim, he'd look like a classic master. And I have no idea what else to say. else to talk about. Hello, everyone. I am just here talking to you. I don't know. Double masters. This might be interesting, seeing two masters interact with each other. I'm really hoping, because people are speculating through social media, that Missy the whole time wasn't actually the master. She was just parading around as the master. So I'm hoping that maybe she turns out to be the Ronnie, because the first time Gomez, and it wasn't revealed who she was yet. I was like, she definitely looks like she could be an incarnation. She just has that look to her, and I think it's time to bring the Ronnie back. I mean, they brought her back in the Big Finish audios, and she didn't have barely any screen time during Classic Who. She was only in I forgot the episode she was in, but she was only in an episode with Colin Baker's Doctor and Sylvester McCoy's first episode, Dimensions in Time skit, which I will not get into because it's pretty bad. So the Ronnie has gotten no justice. So hopefully, if Missy turns out not to be the master, as I speculate, it would be pretty awesome if she turned out to be the Ronnie. Because the Ronnie actually isn't evil. She's not like the master in any way. She's only into science. And if you see from her prior... In the first one, she didn't want to hurt the Doctor. And in the second one, she didn't want to hurt the Doctor, but she just wanted his brain. I mean, I guess that could still be hurting the Doctor, but all she wants to do is fuel her scientific endeavors, while as the master is just in it for pure evil. Wow, I've gotten way off track. Wasn't I just talking about John Sim? Oh my god, I can't talk for 2 minutes. Matrix Lord, where are you? Getting off the master track, there actually are some other internet rumors why Susan's picture was on the table. Some people are thinking that maybe Bill...
I'm sorry. Very sorry. It's all 3 phones are ringing off the wall today. Do apologize, and try not to have 3 iPhones, because that is just not cool. All right. So especially when you're doing a podcast, and I'm the host, but now she's the co-host of ourselves. So here we go. All right. So what did I miss?
Oh my
Jessie.
word.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. I hemmed and hawed about 2 times, but it talked about how we never really had 2 masters on screen together. I thought that would be interesting.
I know. That is really cool.
There was an internet rumor that maybe Missy is the role, that maybe she's the Ronnie.
No, she's not.
I know, but I talked about how cool that would be if we could bring the Ronnie back.
First of all, the Ronnie, it would definitely not be the Ronnie, because the Ronnie is not close to the Doctor. The Ronnie is not. The Ronnie went to school with the Master and the Doctor, and she's not friends with them. It's sort of like maybe she sat at the lunch table with them and they hung out, but she made it clear that she has no emotional attachment to them. She don't like them. And that she don't even have rage. But then it did turn to rage after a while when the Doctor kept messing with her plans, where she kind of became an enemy, but not like the Master enemy. So the Ronnie wouldn't be like, I want my friend back. It wouldn't be like that, because the Ronnie is not friends. Yeah, so it's definitely, I'm sorry to say that people are not happy about that, but the Missy is definitely 100% proof the Master, and that's the way it's going to stay. But there is a possibility we may have more than 2 Masters on screen, which we don't know yet. We also do know that David Bradley is going to be playing the first Doctor. So That is interesting. And again, as Whovians, we've been craving a multi-master story for years. As long as the Real Whovians cast has been on and the Whovians podcast, I have been constantly wanting and talking about, wouldn't it be great if there was a finale with multi-masters and blah, 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 constantly, every year. So now, finally, I get my wish, people get their wish, and we get to see Capaldi not only face off against multiple masters, but the Mondasian Cybermen, which that's his favorite villain. Yeah. And it was a gift from Moffat from when I seen that new article, that Moffat wanted to give this to Capaldi, that he got to face off against his favorite monster. I got to say that while, again, the first episode wasn't my cup of tea, I've been watching Doctor Who since I was like in kindergarten. So it is such a huge integral part of my life that one episode or 5 episodes, whether I don't like it or not, that is not going to turn me off to the show.
Yeah.
And again, I have an open mind enough because I want Doctor Who to be promoted, or else I wouldn't be doing 7 pages on YouTube, on Facebook, and do a million and one bit. I do tons of videos on Doctor Who and podcasts, and we're almost at 1,000 episodes of the Real Whovians cast. So I always do unboxing, what we did yesterday, and so even though I didn't like the episode, doesn't mean I'm a hater. It just I didn't like it. So I'm looking forward to seeing Smile. And here we go with this phone thing. All right, we're going to have to wrap this up. I do apologize. Thank you, Jessie. Take care. Bye for now.